How's the best way to put this? What would you say if the conservative Christian side of our government had a golden statue brought in for them to not really worship, but we'll go ahead and let's just show it. Let's just show it. And this is not the only thing I want to talk about where this is concerned, but this is still a thing and a problem to me.
It's Golden Boy.
That is so cool.
A gold.
It is so cool. This literal golden Donald Trump with his pants made of the United States flag. That's so cool. So cool. I don't know if I agree with that. I really don't.
Statue of Donald Trump in a Stars and Stripes bathing suit and flip-flops is wheeled into CPAC, the conservative convention where Trump is set to make a big speech. The Golden Trump is meant to be a tribute, but it's being ridiculed today with...
Of course it's being ridiculed. You guys are supposed to be the Christian side of our democracy, right? You guys have stories about golden calves being worshipped. Is this going to be a Confederate statues thing again? Maybe. I know, there's a bunch of weird stuff going on with CPAC. And I don't want to put on the tinfoil hat of conspiracy theory. Because skepticism is way more important than sitting here and going, ooh, this looks like that. But you have to admit, the party that is supposed to be, the God-fearing conservatives, having the literal golden statue here, it doesn't speak positively to the party at all. It doesn't.
With some comparing it to the golden calf from the Ten Commandments.
Blasphemers! Yep. Idolaters!
Also there,
Caitlin McShitpants! Look! We have CPAC, everybody's so happy, and then Caitlin Bennett right there. Best part is, they're probably not even going to mention her by name. We know who this is, so we can do that.
CNN's Jim Acosta. Not such a warm welcome.
Just imagine that, where you've got all these people around you, and Caitlin Bennett is here harassing you with everyone else. How does that have to feel?
From the conservative crowd. Ted Cruz got a friendlier reception. The Texas senator made a joke about his Cancun fiasco.
Orlando is awesome. It's not as nice as Cancun.
Meanwhile, we're seeing...
Yeah, because to them, there's no outrage to be had about the rich and powerful leaving their entire infrastructure to be barked over in Texas. Nothing wrong to for these people for that. That's just the rich and powerful exercising the power that they legitimately earned. Class warfare when?
Disturbing new body cam footage from the January 6th assault. Can you believe this guy is an ex-cop and he's about to attack his fellow officers in blue? He hits them with a metal flagpole and then charges the police barricade. Tackling...
Wow. Yes, but January 6th was so peaceful. The Capitol siege was perfectly normal. It was all Antifa, right?
One cop to the ground. Prosecutors say Thomas Webster tried to forcibly remove the officer's face shield and gas mask. Another image from that day reportedly shows him trying to gouge out a cop's eyes with his thumbs.
54.
Wow! What madness!
4-year-old Webster retired from the NYPD in...
Okay, so I'm not too terribly concerned with the rest of that. Just, what the hell? What the absolute hell? Now, it's not the only stuff going on with CPAC that's a little weird. Have you guys looked at their stage? Their stage is a bit strange looking. Now, I'm not here to look at this stage design and think that this is perfectly normal. And I don't want to put on the tinfoil hat because it's not fair, but I do have some questions. And my questions about this stage kind of begin with that rune. And why? I don't understand why a group of people that are constantly called Nazis would be using Nazi imagery. I don't understand why they would do that. That just seems really weird to me. And again, we can't say that this is a Nazi thing, because we have to be skeptical. At the end of the day, we have to look at this and go, maybe somebody didn't know. Maybe somebody has no idea. Maybe the engineers and the architects of this just didn't think about it. Who knows? I have no way of knowing. And, yes, that rune right there, that is a Nazi thing. That is an SS thing. And if you want more information on that, Ocean Kelsoy is going to be handling that on a podcast in a few days, if memory serves. So, if you want more information on that, somebody who can deep dive into that a little better than I can, then you'll be able to see. Because that has a history, and it's a bit fucked up. But, again, we're not going to dwell on that. Ocean's going to be taking care of that. He's going to be doing a good job where that's concerned, I am certain. I am less concerned with that right now than I am with the next thing that I want to talk about where CPAC is concerned. We've got Donald Trump Jr. here, giving a little speech. Let's go ahead and take a listen to a little bit of this. See if there's anything we can glean from it.
How's it going, CPAC? Or I heard someone earlier phrase it a little bit better. TPAC.
TPAC? Why TPAC?
What it feels like, guys. Well, first and foremost, it's awesome to be here. It's great to see.
Oh, because Trump. It's Trump Pack. Remember, this is the group that were supposed to be distancing themselves from Trump because he was such an embarrassment for the party. And then we get here, and the reality is that they're not going to distance themselves. They're just going to celebrate him more. But you know, the impeachment was completely useless, and it wouldn't have led to anything except preventing Trump from being able to do more later.
This kind of enthusiasm, and it's great to actually be in a full room. Honestly, guys, what I see in Florida right now is exemplary of the Republican Party, right? This is a state, like the party is, that has open schools, open businesses, and open churches. What we've seen in some of the more left-leaning states is exactly the opposite. The only thing that they have open is open borders.
Oh my god, really? Seriously? You're gonna do that? This is just a giant attempt at shitty humor. The only shitty thing you have, the only open thing you have is open borders. Dude, I understand that the fascist ideology, closing down all your borders for hyper-nationalism, is just a wet dream for people like Eric Trump. I get it, I do. But I also don't think that that's a real relevant thing to bring up.
And it doesn't work, guys. In the first 30 days of Joe Biden's presidency, all of the things that I said would come true in the book Liberal Privilege that I wrote last summer are happening. We listened to months of media telling us that Joe Biden, he's a moderate, don't worry. He's not going to end energy. He's not going to end pipelines, which is partially correct. He's not going to end Russian pipelines. He's only going to end American pipelines. The Russian ones are just fine.
Does he have a citation? I'd like to see a citation for that. That'd be cool. He's not going to provide one, though.
They're going to cave to China. No, that was never going to happen. Of course it happened. You think that billion-dollar investment in Hunter came for free? No, the Chinese have a great return on investment. But guys, more importantly...
and we have more of the Hunter Biden conspiracy shit.
Who would have thought that within 33 days we'd be bombing the Middle East again?
Everybody thought that. Everybody knew that one. Look, if there's anything that Biden is, he's a neoliberal. And typically, your neoliberals in the United States are also war hawks. We knew that going in. We knew that was going to be a thing that happened. It's not good. I don't like that we can spend so much on the United States military, but we can't spend as much on making sure that individual Americans inside the United States are actually taken care of, or just people inside the United States. I don't even give a shit if they're citizens. I'd like them to be taken care of. That'd be cool.
Hi, Wolf! Oh, no, guys, come on. The military-industrial complex? I'm surprised it took them 33 days. I guess they waited till the first month, so they couldn't say that was part of the first 30, but it was only shortly thereafter where we started bombing the Middle East.
You notice how nobody's cheering or anything? Probably because half the people here think that bombing the Middle East was a good idea.
Speaking of bombing the Middle East, have you seen Liz Cheney's poll numbers? No, listen, the one thing I'll say for Liz Cheney is I'm sure she has a lot of bipartisan support because if there's one thing that she and Joe Biden definitely want to do, it's bomb the Middle East. Everything else is a disaster. Everything else is just rhino policies, the kinds of policies that put the Republican Party in a position where they need it at Donald Trump. No, seriously, Liz Cheney and her politics are only slightly less popular than her father is at a quail hunt. What?
Oh my god. For those who don't know, Dick Cheney apparently shot his partner that was with him during quail hunting years ago. This was the thing that happened when I was in school.
Fact checkers, please have at it.
Like, that stuff he gets a cheer for. You get a cheer from the conservative crowd, not when you get upset at a president abusing the military-industrial complex. They want to do the same thing, too. They're not going to laugh. They find that to be the thing they would want to do. But when you point out that they don't like being fact-checked, well, none of the Republicans there like being fact-checked because they're so full of bullshit. But, you know, we have to continue this really bad stand-up routine for a little while longer.
Fact check true. Right? Listen, like I said, Liz Cheney, she hates Donald Trump and his policies because her family has a long history of friendly fire. But she also hates them because she's tied to an establishment that has done nothing but fail us time and time again. You've heard the rhetoric from some of them over the last couple weeks, and now you've seen that change very quickly. Because if there's one thing the Republican Party has been really good at over the last few decades, it's snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. They've caved to every special interest, they've caved to corporate America, they've caved and bowed to the radical left that hates their guts, hates their values, and hates their freedoms.
Have they, though? Really? Has the Republican Party bowed to the radical left? Okay, fine. I'm the radical left. I would like the Republican Party to give me free healthcare, please. Not free healthcare, my taxes pay for it, and I actually pay a lot more taxes than normal because YouTubers might not tell you is we have to pay extra for self-employment, which fucking blows, but you know, tax season is ass. By all means. I will gladly, if you believe that the Republican Party is kowtowing to the radical left, I'm the radical left. I would like them to kowtow to my demands, please. That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. I'd like healthcare now. I would like us to defund a lot of our police, a lot of our military, and take that time and put it into social programs and education. That would be great. But not what's happening. Not what's happening here. None of that is what's happening. I will tolerate your bullshit for a little while longer.
Lincoln Project Liz, as I'd like to call her, is the leader of that failed movement. And if we want to go back to losing, if we want to go back to an America Last policy, we should be following that. But I don't, and I don't think anyone in this room does either. So, you know what, guys? The first 30 days has been a disaster. The lies the media told you wouldn't happen are all happening. But hey, at least they have a diverse cabinet. Right? No, yeah, it's very diverse. That's what we saw, right? What is the policy of the SBA? Well, first and foremost, we appointed a woman. Well, that's wonderful. Is she competent? Because there's competent women and there's incompetent women, just like there's competent men and incompetent men. We've seen that.
So at least I agree with that point there. But it is still important to have someone with that perspective in power. You can't just dismiss the importance of diversity by saying there's incompetent men and incompetent women. You're right. There are. There are plenty of incompetent women. We saw one of them earlier in this video. Caitlin Bennett was shown. I agree. But at the same time, it does not necessarily matter. It's not a good point in and of its own. But it's okay, because instead of this being like an actual functional speech, this is a stand-up routine. And it's very fitting that this is a stand-up routine from Eric Trump. Because his entire party's been a joke for frickin' years. But whatever. We don't have to listen to any more of his thing there. I just wanted to go over golden statue at CPAC, the weird Nazi imagery that's going on there, and President Trump, his son, having fun at CPAC, which is weird. And the fact that Trump still has a hold on the conservative party in the United States is just weird to me. It's very strange to me. And apparently, Trump is supposed to be making his first public appearance since leaving office at CPAC today, at time of recording. So we might be covering that as well. But with things like Mitch McConnell saying that if Trump were nominated again, he would support him 100%, all this silly shit, I think we can accept that no, the Republican Party is not going to change their ways after what happened with Trump. Trump is hardly even a setback. They still celebrate Trump enough to commission thousands of dollars worth of a gold statue of him. When you worship a fascist, fascism never goes out of style for you. At least, that's my take here. What's yours? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, everyone, insert end of video tagline here.